It's Week 18 of the National Football League, and we'll get a look at the Penguin, Jalen Waddle. He comes into this one 5th in the NFL in touchdown receptions. It's the Saints and the Commanders, and it's all up next.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Washington Commanders. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Saints in this matchup, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of, we're going to do what we do and make the other guys react to us. And we've definitely got a couple of headstrong coordinators who won't back down from a challenge. So this will be a battle of wits as much as it'll be a battle of brawn.
Here's the former Auburn kicker Daniel Carlson to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They'll start on the ground. And right away, he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he loses the football a second time. And this is picked up by the Saints. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So here are the Saints now with great starting field position. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much, but I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
Good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year, 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the post. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Saints take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Throwing Jones. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Jones. He finds his man, complete. It's Manning. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. This defense for the Saints, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
On 2nd down now. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last 2, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Forced out to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Saints. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From the 6. And able to get this out to the 25. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Up the middle they go. Manning. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Manning. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Here's Jones. Off the play fake. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. They'll run on 1st down. Manning. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. Well, week 18, this is just when you hope everybody can get through the regular season healthy, but the medical staff is going to have to take a look here, and we'll step aside. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. His pass caught at the 4. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. It's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you pointed out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. They decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Corral looking to throw it. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. He'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 41, Corral. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 37. 1st down. Here's Corral with it. Touchdown! A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Saints have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball? Or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary. Or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Oh, look at the juke. There he goes, left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Daniel Jones, 88 yards. And the Commanders are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
Will Lutz on for the point after. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Saints coming out now to take the field. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
On the play fake, Corral. There's Chris Olave. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Corral with it, first down here. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
A good gain on first. Has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Well, now a carry here for their fullback. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, he tried to bounce it outside, but that's obviously not his game. He's too much of a straight-line runner.
Yeah, him in the outer third of the field, not a recipe for success. That time a loss. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I get the thought process. 3rd and short, give it to the fullback, let him bulldoze his way. But that means you're counting on your offensive line to win the line of scrimmage, aren't you?
Yeah, there was just a mass of bodies there at the line. Looked like more defenders than offensive guys. Winds up losing yardage. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, here's Corral. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a 1st carry for their fullback. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
They'll give to Kamara here on the option.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. They'll try and run forward with counter. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a pickup of 6. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Fakes the handoff here. Corral.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 12-yard line.
He got 29 yards that time. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A 10-play drive that time.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. 7 yards there and a first down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Jones is caught, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and this is picked up by the Saints.
Thank goodness for heaters up here, and thank goodness I don't have to carry the football in this game. It's January. It's cold out there. Trying to clutch the football and absorb the hits, not easily done.
Yeah, we saw a product of the elements right there.
The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
On second down, here's Corral. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And Shark calls it in. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Alvin Kamara.
His 104th career touchdown, one shy of Tim Brown on the all-time list.
And the Saints are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Carlson on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Commanders back out late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. This will be caught by Brown. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On first down, Jones. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Jones now throwing on first down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
To throw again on second down. Jones got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 37. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 54 yards away. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Saints out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And that one, a 1-point game at halftime. 16-15 is the score. The Buccaneers trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Trey Lance has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And this one going the visitors' way as the Texans have the lead in that one. Dameon Pierce, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And there were a few factors as to why they built this good-size advantage, but the rushing numbers were not all that amazing. We'll see if they can pick it up in the second half. Meanwhile, for Washington, there's a look at what they were...
Only 30 minutes left in the regular season, and everybody's excited for the playoffs, so we're just going to forget the halftime show and get back to the football. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And the Saints set to go here to begin the third quarter. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now. And I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Steps away.
And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Corral on 2nd down.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Jalen Waddle
from 17 yards out.
And the Saints take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
From the 6. And a good return. Just shy of the 30-yard line. First possession of the second half now for Washington.
They've gone to their fullback quite a bit. He'll get it again.
Jabril Cox there on the tackle.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Jones. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
From just shy of midfield, Jones over the middle, complete. It's Holmes. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 33. 17 yards that time and a Washington first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And now here's a carry heading left. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 27, Jones over the middle and complete to the tight end, Higbee. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Jones on 1st down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jabril Cox charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Operating from the gun, Jones finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense, because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Well, really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, and he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 3rd down, Corral. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score it.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Now Corral.
Olave holds it in. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Out to his left. 20! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
The Saints on 3rd down. They haven't been stopped yet. A perfect 7 for 7. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Let's go now.
On 4th down, they're going to try the jet sweep. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a safe touchdown. Hollywood, Marquise Brown from 6 yards away. And the Saints look poised to reach 17-0 as they add on to their lead. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw complete to Dotson.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall. Here we go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 41. A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now Jones. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Now Jones on 3rd down. And this one is incomplete. Here's Tress Way now as he's on to punt for Washington. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
That one looks like he'll throw here. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
Corral to throw on 1st and 10. Connecting here with Chark on the out route.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Corral's throw here taken in by Knox.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Being chased out left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Well, there's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it. You don't worry about your opponent. You just worry about what you're doing.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Again, it's Corral. And that one going to come up short. Low throw. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here comes the Commanders' offense back onto the field. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Here's Jones on 1st and 10.
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted.
Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for New Orleans,
they finish off a perfect regular season, 17-0.
And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they wanted desperately to finish above 500, but that will not happen as it is an 8-